I think if most people actually took the time and went out and walked through some of these areas, they would be very scared with what they would see. And I think that's why a lot of people don't do it. It's Saturday, July 29th, 2023. Make sure you stay tuned to the entirety of this video. I've got clips from my visit in Huntington Beach, California, where a bunch, over 100 Dodge Ram trucks were sitting in a vacant restaurant parking lot, just sitting there deteriorating. Why is that? Are the dealerships hiding vehicles? So stay tuned. I'm going to show that. I'm also going to have some B-roll here. Right now, I'm in Big Bear, California, up in the mountains. And I'll have some B-roll of the lake and of the mountains. So if you're interested, check that out. But, just a few things I want to talk about today, and just the craziness on the way up here. Some of the homes that are being built, $1 million homes being built up here, down below the mountain. You're talking 7-8% rates on these homes that are well over $1 million, $1 million to $1.5 million. And it just is just, to me, very, very shocking of who's buying these homes. Who can afford these homes at this point? Yes, there are people out there with money, but there are so many homes being built. If you go to my area of Palm Desert, Palm Springs, California, I mean, cookie cutters are running from the 900,000s now at 7-8.25% rates right now in a 30-year. And I think we're going to see some really negative effects here in real estate continue, as people are just not going to be able to get financing, as people are just not going to be able to borrow money like they used to. They can't qualify. Builders to the retail sellers going to have a much more difficult time now as we head into the second half of the summer finding qualified buyers. But, Anheuser-Busch now laying off hundreds of people, more tech jobs going under. And last Tuesday, just a few days ago, we had a smash and grab at the old Westfield Mall in Palm Desert, California. I just had lunch at that mall at a taco place on Monday. And literally 24 hours after I had lunch, a massive smash and grab at a jewelry store at the mall in Palm Desert. I don't even know if it has a name anymore. I'll just call it the Palm Desert Mall. They took down the Westfield name because the mall is now bankrupt. But you could be at a very nice mall, you could be at a very nice town, and all of a sudden, a number of individuals come in and just start doing a smash and grab. I mean, it is unbelievable what's happening even in my area, Palm Desert, California, a very affluent area. And now, early afternoon, they're going into a jewelry store with hammers and stealing who knows how much in jewelry. But we're going to continue to watch this social meltdown take place as we continue to watch a housing meltdown take place, a financial meltdown take place. And we're up here just in the mountains, just chilling out, taking a break. And I'll tell you, I really am having a nice time just relaxing today and just reporting this news. But it'll be back to reality tomorrow. But a few other things I want to talk about. Bank lending has decreased for the second straight week. If banks pull back on lending, this could cause a major credit crunch. I think we're going to see that. Credit is going to be much, much harder to come by, especially for the average consumer. Commercial and industrial lending has fallen for 4 months in a row. You have to start paying attention and connecting the dots here of what's happening right now, what's transpiring right now, and what this means for the future. Lending conditions are extremely tight, and they're getting tighter. And remember, the Fed just raised 25 basis points. The Fed is probably going to raise 1 or 2 more times, and the Fed is going to be forced to, ladies and gentlemen, believe this or not, they're going to be forced to keep rates higher for longer. We're going to continue, as I said, to see rates go up. They're going to stay up longer while financial conditions loosen. Stock prices are soaring, so everything must be okay. That's if you believe that the stock market is connected to the economy, which it is not. We have a stock market that is purely
based on speculation, not reality. And remember the trillions of dollars that got injected into the economy and into these markets and is continuing. I truly do believe that the Fed is still buying into these markets. And when you look at the Fed's balance sheet, still over $8 trillion. We keep hearing that they're going to tighten, they're going to tighten. Well, tighten then. When are you going to really begin to tighten? Because an $8 trillion plus balance sheet to me is a major cause for alarm. They need to begin to really tighten up. And I believe that they're going to have to continue to raise rates, keep rates higher. But here's the problem. They're spending money buying stocks. The government is spending money all over the world, higher debt ceiling, sending money to all these countries all over the world, all these government subsidies, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So how do you stop inflation when the government continues to spend money and we're raising 25 basis points at a time? And what the Fed cannot control is going to be oil prices. Not going to be able to control food prices. We see what's happening overseas again with food. We see that energy prices are going up now. I think we're around $80 a barrel for oil. And they have no control of that. They also cannot control the wage inflation that's going on. UPS now going to be paying $49 per hour for full-time, $21 an hour for part-time. Guess who is going to eat it? You are. So when you buy something from Amazon, when you ship something through UPS, you're going to be paying the bill here. So your shipping rates are now going to continue to go up. So I don't see how things are going to ease up anytime soon. But the easier the financial conditions get, the more likely a new bubble emerges. And what I mean by, as long as the stock market continues to go up based on speculation, it's going to create newer, bigger bubbles, which means it's going to be much more dangerous for the average person out there financially. I do believe that the markets do anticipate a pivot at some point, maybe early next year. That's another reason why we're watching markets go up. The markets are anticipating that the Fed is going to stop and pivot, but you have to ask yourself, what if the Fed doesn't stop and pivot? What if they don't reverse rates? What's going to happen? What if Jerome Powell really begins QT and continues to raise rates and keep these rates up all the way in through next year? I don't know what he's going to do. But I also know that he is part of the problem here because it's the Fed that has caused so much of this inflation. They caused a major portion of this inflation crisis. And so I don't really know if they're going to be able to fix the mess that they created. And when things really do begin to break, are they going to reverse course and start printing money, expanding the balance sheet, and lowering rates? I don't know. I don't know what Jerome Powell is actually going to do, but he is part of the reason we're in the predicament that we're in. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know. But what I do know in the short term is the consumer is going to really begin to feel the pain here as we wind down summer. I believe we're going to begin to really see major problems. I know that a lot of people are asking right now that why aren't we seeing more problems with the economy or the consumer? Well, you have credit cards. You still have consumers that use their homes as ATMs sitting on a pile of cash. Some people still have stimulus money, but it's all beginning to wear out and run out. And people now can't tap into those home ATMs like they once did because rates are so high. So that lifeline is gone. People are running up credit cards at an alarming rate, $1.3 trillion in credit card debt and climbing. Auto debt climbing, student loan debt climbing. You cannot have this amount of debt continuing to roar out of control without major things breaking and the consumer feeling major effects. This economy is running purely now on debt and the ability to borrow money. When this credit crunch becomes apparent and people cannot borrow money like they are right now or like they've been over the last couple of years, you're going to see big, big trouble. So as I leave you today on this beautiful Saturday, get the debts paid off. Make sure you're preparing the best that you can. Stay close to family. Be praying to God. Be walking very close to God. Ask for guidance, direction. But if you're carrying a lot of debt right now, I'd be very, very concerned. Debt is going to be a major killer here for people. You got to get the debts paid down and manageable, or just completely paid off. Maybe it's time to sell the 5-bedroom house, move into a 2-bedroom house. Maybe it's time to sell the $90,000 Lexus and go drive a $20,000 Camry. These are things you really got to be asking yourself right now and brainstorming right now. How can I get my debt and my bills down and be able to breathe? This is now about breathing, being able to survive what is coming. You know, people will just go, oh, everybody's at the restaurants, everybody's at the resorts, people are driving around, everything's okay. If you believe that, continue to lead the life that you're living, continue to be a debt slave, continue to believe that the Fed is going to rescue you, continue to believe that the economy is going to boom and everything is okay. That's fine. That's up to you. Everybody has free will. Me, on the other hand, I see exactly what is going on. Many of you see exactly what is going on. And just because people are out spending money that they don't have does not mean the economy is healthy. We are looking at a credit crisis developing right now, a housing, real estate crisis developing, commercial real estate crisis developing, a stock market crisis developing, because you cannot have a stock market purely based on speculation, where the Fed is buying into it, where the retail investor is being suckered into it, and there's nothing behind it other than speculation. It's just a complete delusional fantasy at this point with no fundamentals. So buyer beware. I'm going to leave it there today. We're going to enjoy the mountains, the beautiful air. We got Nugget here. We got Mimi here. We're just enjoying some time, and we have some guests coming up here shortly. So we're just going to enjoy the weather, breathe the clean air, maybe go for a hike. And it's all about, ladies and gentlemen, it's about being thankful to God. It's about breathing the air, enjoying nature, taking a break, adding some balance to your life, getting in shape, and just getting ready. Not living life in fear. Nobody here is living in fear. We sleep very good at night. Everybody's eating very well. There's no debt. And I feel blessed for that. But I had to make sacrifices in order to make sure my debts were paid off. I made sacrifices to make sure that I don't have a car payment or a house payment or a credit card bill. I made sacrifices like that. It doesn't come easy. You gotta work hard. The people who don't work hard, the people who want somebody else to pay their bills, I mean, that's just a loser mentality. So you got to work hard. You got to dedicate. You got to make sacrifices. And if you do, you're going to sleep much better at night. Your health is going to be much better. You're going to think more clearly, and you're going to be prepared for emergencies. God bless. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay tuned. Watch the rest of this video. I've got some B-roll in here. Have a wonderful weekend. God bless. So I'm in Huntington Beach right now, or actually the border, right across from the Westminster Mall. There it is right there, heading to Huntington Beach, right at the border. But that's the Westminster Mall right there. And what do you know? As we're driving, I noticed something, and it's a bunch of these Dodge Ram trucks sitting out here, brand new, sticker on the window. Trying to get a price on this one, $51,000. Here's another one right here. Here's another one. What is going on? We're told that the dealers don't have any vehicles, that the lots are bare. Although I will tell you, when we were in LA earlier and driving through Orange County, the lots are piling up with used cars and even new cars. But why in the world are these vehicles not sitting on the lots? Why are they sitting here, hidden across from the mall? That is the question. But look at the inventory. I thought the inventory should be sitting on the auto lots, not over here across from the mall. Check this out. Look at all these vehicles. Brand new. Brand new. They've been out here and they're just taking a beating in the elements here. So they're all brand new trucks. Huntington Beach Jeep. So I'm going to continue to walk over here again across the street. There's the mall. And we got Dodges all the way down over here. And over here, we've got even more. So this looks like a parking lot to a restaurant that's closed, and they must be leasing this parking lot. But you got a lot of vehicles here. A lot of vehicles. It's pretty interesting right here, this military vehicle. Pretty cool. And now this would be pretty cool to have, wouldn't it? Something like this. Yeah. But continuing on our walk here, take a look at the amount of trucks just sitting here. So my question is, and I don't know, this is just me thinking out loud, but are these dealers hiding the inventory of cars and SUVs and trucks so they can squeeze their clients on price, so that they have limited inventory on the lots so they can get more per vehicle when there's plenty of vehicles, ladies and gentlemen? You want to buy a truck today? There's no shortage of trucks. And honestly, I don't really think there's really a shortage of houses. But it's all manipulated, isn't it? Again, this is just me thinking out loud. I could be completely wrong. But why are all these trucks, all these Dodge Ram trucks, sitting in a vacant parking lot of an old restaurant that is now closed? I mean, it's a lot of trucks for one dealer. For one dealer. Maybe their lot is so full of trucks that they had to put them over here. But we've been hearing quite a bit about this, where dealers are hiding vehicles so they're not on the lots. They have limited inventory and they're trying to get top dollar, way over MSRP. And this, to me, has to beg the question: is this true? Are they doing this? Are they gouging the customer? Look at all these vehicles, ladies and gentlemen. And people are driving by this every day and they're not paying attention. We got more vehicles. Here's a dually right here. I mean, it's endless. It goes on and on and on. So how many more of these lots exist all over Los Angeles? I've seen parking structures where there was one parking structure where there was over 500 Dodge Challengers and Chargers. And what's sad about this is these vehicles are sitting right off the coast in a salty environment. It's 90 degrees down here at the beach right now. These trucks are dirty. They're getting pounded with sun and salt. And does this seem normal to you? Does not to me. We know that people have been absolutely gouged, paying way over asking price for these vehicles over the past couple years, and it seems like the dealerships are still trying to gouge their customers. And this, to me, may validate that that's very, very true. It's the first time I've seen this in person, where vehicles were just sitting in a parking lot somewhere. This, to me, is not normal, ladies and gentlemen. Not normal. So how many more of these lots exist where it could be Ford, it could be Chevy, it could be GM, it could be Dodge, it could be anyone just hiding hundreds of vehicles in any one of these lots? Anyways, let me know your thoughts. So just heading up to Big Bear, to the mountains for a couple days. Right now, I just stopped off at Ascend at Mountain Gate. This is a new development. These houses range from about 2,800 square feet to 4,000 square feet. They start at close to $1 million and I believe go to about $1.5 million. So just wanted to show you what's going on out here in Yucaipa, a place where a lot of people didn't really live a few years ago, and now places like this are seeing new $1 million homes being built. And again, my question is, who is going to be buying these things? And there's some beautiful homes up here, don't get me wrong. There are some beautiful homes up here in Yucaipa and on the way up to Big Bear. But think about where we're at right now with mortgage rates, inflation, wages, and especially uncertainty, jobs, things like that. But take a look at this. I'm just going to walk you over here, and please feel free to comment down below. It's amazing how many $1 million homes are being built right now. And they're literally, if you go back to my area of Palm Desert, $900 million is a cookie cutter. It is just a track home now in the desert, $900 to $1 million. Here, you could spend up upwards of $1.5 million, and the lots are really not that big. Some of these lots look like they're maybe 12,000 square feet, but remember, these are 3,000 and 4,000 square foot homes, so they're not really big lots. So, but you do have a beautiful view out here, very nice. But how much longer does this go on in real estate where people are just moving to places like Yucaipa and dropping $1.5 million? Think about that at 7-8%, 30-year fixed. Who can do this now? So just wanted to take a few minutes and show this to you on our travels here the next couple days, from the beach to the mountains. Some of the lots do go up to 23,000, so from 12,000 to 23,000 square feet on the lot.